Hey there, everyone. This is Yui. Welcome to episode 17 of All the Mods 3 Expert. Today, we're probably just going to get distracted and find stuff that just gets in the way, but we're going to aim for Industrium again. So, let's get to it. Now, might be a little hard to notice, but I'm at the Astral Sorcery area. There's not a whole lot of Astral Sorcery stuff here, but this is the area. So I intend to possibly... I think we're going to need a bunch of this stuff. Just looking at some of the recipes here. We want to get into Ender IO, we're going to need some. Some for alchemistry, we need some. And I don't even want to look at this stuff. Oh, geez. Really? Look at this recipe for the Elven Gateway Core. I was considering doing this today too, until I just saw this. Wow, okay, never mind. We're not doing that. Forged, okay. Oh, and we need it for mechanism. So, but Industrium needs star metal, and I don't want to come over here every time I need star metal, so I'm just going to set up some basic automation. I've got an auto breaker from Actually Additions. This is set to pulse mode, so it'll activate when I give it a signal. I have a... let's get rid of this other one. This was a failed test. I've got a block placer from Open Blocks because it's cheap. It's just a piston, iron. I didn't feel like doing another stupid coil thing. Not until we get auto crafting, at least. So both of these will work once you give them a redstone signal. I have two advanced redstone repeaters. This is not going to work like this, though. I gotta move this guy. These are so slow to pick up. Alright, so these redstone repeaters are a little different than your regular repeaters. So if I get, say, a lever, we'll drop it here. Let's get a block of diamonds. Sure. There's a lot of stuff in my inventory. Ignore it. We're going to get to it. Maybe. We'll see. Hopefully. So when you right click on these, you see an turn on delay. This is how long after it's received a redstone signal will it pass through the redstone signal, and a turn off delay, which means how long after it stops receiving a signal will it stop giving off a signal. So if I just flip this lever real quick, after a second it'll turn on, and it should stay on for about a second. And that's it. That's the default values. So what I'm going to do is change them up a little bit. I'm going to up this one to 25. 25? Yeah, that should be fine. I'm going to drop this one to 5. I didn't really test these out, so we're going to find out. Testing it live. So after this one gets a signal, this will trigger first, so it'll break it and then it'll place it. So now if we do this and that, sure, that'll work. And then we use a lever, break it, then place it. Break it, then place it, if it could. There's nothing to place. So, theory here now is we're going to replace this lever with a hovering hourglass, which is just a few mana items and then gold. So, the recipe is, I think it's totally different, obviously, because it needs a hardened mana infused whatever, blah blah. But, this is a more precise clock. Single block, and it'll pass off a redstone signal for... it'll just tick it for however long you put in there. So if you put in a piece of sand, it'll be 1 second. You can put up to a stack. So if you use sand, you can go increments of 1 second up to 64 seconds. If you use red sand, it's 10 seconds. And if you use soul sand, it's a minute per. So you can get quite long delays. You can't mix and match though, so... well, I guess you could if you use like repeaters. So what I'm going to do is change this to like, 40-ish seconds or so. So every 40 seconds, it'll tick. Then I'm going to drop this chest back here because I can't block this light. And then I'm just going to run this way and that way. Grab a couple servos. This one can just always pull out of there, throw back into the chest. And this chest, I'm going to whitelist iron ore for now, because I don't intend to infuse anything else. Well, I might do cake later for mana automation. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm just going to whitelist iron ore, throw it in there. Now, if we drop iron in here and star metal, it's just going to put the iron here. And I hate that I can't E out of that menu. I have a bad habit, I suppose, of closing inventories by hitting the E key instead of escape. It doesn't work for open blocks. But anyways, after about, 15-ish more seconds or so, it should... Oh. Can I beat it? Oh, it's not gonna matter. Whatever. Do your thing. Gonna place it. Hopefully within this 40 seconds it converts over. The problem here is the timing is kinda random. And there's not much you can do about that. So you just hope. If it doesn't, it's just gonna cycle through. I could increase this time, but I don't know if that's gonna be necessary. Oh, this one might. Gonna run close. There it goes. I guess I could use an observer. Do I want to do an observer? I don't feel like doing an observer right now, because it will pass off a signal when it changes. But anyways, that's going to be it. So I could just drop iron in here, set it and forget it. And then I'll just have some back over here. I've got a chest. It lines up here. So if I just grab some iron ore, there we go. We'll grab a stack of it. We can throw it in here, and bam. Over time, we'll have star metal in there. While that's going, I didn't do a whole lot between episodes. I may have gotten distracted with a cheap mobile game, so I've been obsessed with that lately. Yep, I do it sometimes. So we're gonna just... Oh, my steel. Gosh dang you. There. Alright, so we need a bunch of stuff, because we need to get into Applied Energistics, so we need to make all these presses. They're all the same, except this left ingredient. So we need to make silicon, which is going to be smelting any of the quartz dusts. I recommend nether quartz because it's cheap. We should be able to throw that in here and get silicon. Like, dang, that pulled out quick. And then the other ones are blocks of whatever they make. They're all technically blocks. So you need iron, you need skystone, you need steel, and then you need one block of each except silicon, because silicon doesn't have a block. Let's put this junk away, clear this up. And while this is going, Certus quartz plus an energetic infuser. I will just drop it here now that I got a free wire. I did change this up a little bit. So this... Oh, that's quick. Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. That was just quick to move it over. Is that not... Hold on here. Where are you going? Oh, yeah, don't do that. That's the default settings. We're just going to turn that off. But it'll make charged Certus quartz, which we're going to need. So, might as well get that started. Head over here. All of these are in power recipes. So, let me just turn this guy off for a second. And it is going to be in the middle is what? Iron. So iron, steel, TI stone, and then the 4 different blocks. Well, 3. Ignored. And after a while, we should have all the presses. Alright, we'll let that go for a minute. Oh, there's some lisp. Don't care. Alright. Charged. I don't know how much of this we're going to need, because I didn't count it, but it's going to be a lot. Oh, that's not going to work. Yep, that's my bad. Wait, stop. You. I forgot. We gotta do the other thing first. Alright, redstone. And then, what is it, nether quartz? That sounds about right. Water. I need water. Way over here. Just for funsies, gonna take off the ring. And so it should be these 3. Yep, there it goes. Pooping out the flux crystals. And now we need 4 of these. That's the other ingredient we're missing for this. There we go. Now you can go. These item ducts are so slow. Alright, you gonna change right away? Oh, I rewired a lot of stuff. So I made a bunch more of these Spectre coils that transfer 4,000 RF a tick. I'm not generating that much, but they can transfer it. And I just replaced a bunch of the wires that was running under here with those. And to get it out, I am using a battery box from Actually Editions. There we go. We got 1 press. So just let that go. Let's go ahead and make some more of this. I should automate this, and I probably will. I don't know if I'll do it now. But I hate making this stuff also. Let's see, you still working? That area not chunk loaded. I could have sworn I chunk loaded it. Astral Sorcery. Flame chunks. It is chunk loaded. There. Maybe 40 seconds isn't long enough for that. So I just upped it to a minute. Oh, we got a quest to take. What is this? Oh! Is that new? Huh. That's cool. But I already know how to make it, so I guess we can combine it. Can't. Yeah, you gotta... Where is it? Where's my book? Not this. Immersive. I don't know if this is gonna work with this. Heavy, say we want the arc furnace. Is that right? Yeah, you combine it with the page that you want, and when you look at the ground, it'll show you the structure. That's a cool thing. I didn't realize the quest gave it to us. Alright, let's keep going before I get too distracted by anything else. We're going to need an energy acceptor. I'm not liking to look at that recipe already. Luckily, we only need 1 of these. What are we missing? Okay, not terrible. Except I used all of that up. I've got some suckers. You weren't planning on that. Alright. You're done, you're done, you're done, done. Done, done. We did hop graphite, we did this, we did that. Alright. Running low. Oh, modular storage? That is evil. Alright, well, I've got one that I was using to compress the other ones. So those modular storages we duplicated, I went and I took out each of their storage modules. I hooked them up to another modular storage right up here that was just exporting into this, so it would compress all the items stacks down. But I should have one left, which is the one I was using to do that. There we go. Use the other steel. There. Happy? Because I'm not. Okay, you're good. Energy acceptor. Check. We need some wire stuff. Which means we need this one. Somehow I have... Oh, that's because I made a bunch of that. Because we needed it for something. Okay, craft. There we go. That's better. Now, how bad is this? Oh, that's right. Why did circuits just skip right out of my head? What is that thing called? Not the solderer, inscriber? This one. No. A to bookmark, not A to type. How bad? Star metal again. Speaking of which, 2. I don't like that. That should be working. And it's clearly not. You know what? Here. Just make a few. Pistons. Make a few of them too. U plus sand. So this is the part I didn't show you last time. When you pulverize it, you throw it in the induction smelter with sand. Let it go and you get your star metal ingots. In case you couldn't figure it out. There we go. Okay. But we need like 5 of these. Yeah, that's going to be a problem for the future me, because I don't want to make 5 right now. We'll make 3. I need to make more quartz. And slag. Thank you. Alright. Where were we? We've got those. We've got the energy acceptor. It's getting kinda... You can go there. Nope, not here. Well, let's try over here. That'll work. Fall down the hole. Energy acceptor. I'm gonna give that just one of the coils. No. No. There we go. I don't know if I'll keep it here, but it doesn't matter. Here we go. So these should get power automatically, I believe. We'll find out. Give me that. Ooh, free diamonds. I don't know what I was making that for, but it doesn't matter now. Silicon. Did I do that? Yes, here we go. That's where that nether quartz went. The already getting distracted. So if we throw this in here, oh, this is that horrible stuff, one at a time. Okay, so I hate these things. I hate them so much. We don't have the good one. AE2 stuff. Lazy AE2? I don't know this one. Flux. Fluid stuff. Yeah. What's this one? Pulse. That one's cool. Assembly unit doesn't do anything. Neither does that one. Alright, got no idea. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I am just going to make, oh, well, you've seen that one. They're nothing special. Engineering is apparently a bunch of stuff. Oh no. There we go. Grab some diamonds. We need some gold. We need some Certus quartz. And we're probably going to need some more diamonds than that. Yeah, that sounds good. So these are all going to be like engineering gets a diamond. This one, say, logic is gold. This one, if we swap it out for this one, that's going to be the Certus quartz. No, it's the pure Certus quartz. Oh, that's evil. Okay. We can handle that. Certus quartz. And unfortunately, yeah, we're not ready for that. Not ready for that at all. That might be worth it. Do I have lumium? No. Okay, maybe not. So the best way to do these is growth accelerators. Can we make this? Gosh, that is so annoying. Okay, glass. Mana glass. Times 6. Sure, whatever. Quartz is cooking. Hear this out. Where is it? This one, here. Go. And it's got to warm up. So, let me just make all these circuits up. Actually, well, let me make this up so I can show you the stupid growth accelerator garbage. I'll be back in a second. Alright, so do you remember a little while ago I said I'd probably get super distracted? Well, I found it. Yes. So, this mod pack has Super Factory Manager, which is, I'm assuming, a ported version of Steve's Factory Manager, because it looks the same and it seems to function the same. So, if I call it Steve's Factory Manager, I'm referring to this Super Factory Manager, but whatever. Oh, that's fantastic right there. All right, this is an item valve. So I've got a machine inventory manager. You need the empowered garbage, which is why it's taken so long to make this, or I would have made this actually probably a while ago. Oh, speaking of which, moving forward with this episode is probably going to be boring for some of you. So if so, I recommend just stopping there, and we'll see you next time. But for those of you who are interested, we're going to use Super Factory Manager to automate these inscribers and the growth stuff because I don't want to do it. So it's a way of doing auto crafting without actually having auto crafting, but that's what it's going to be. So we're going to need the machine inventory manager. Like I said, that's empowered junk. This here is the item valve. Pretty simple. And then item cables, and you're going to need a bunch of these. These are they're the cables. They're not bad since I made a ton of this modularium stuff before, so that was pretty easy to make. But what I'm going to do is everything in Super Factory Manager has to be connected with inventory cables. And like I said, this might be boring for some of you, so skip it if so. But feel free to copy, follow along. Placement does not matter. Once you put this guy down, though, keep him. Do not... Well, you might be able to do that. Create input, sure. Yeah, you can pick them up with carry-on, and I think you can pick them up with cardboard boxes. Okay. Is that really all I have responded? I can't even pull it out. Box. Give me. Alright, we'll do this your way. Box. Here. Cave spider, don't care. Goodbye. Do that, pick it up, put it down. Oh. Pull it out, and it's still there. But if you break it, and you put it down, it's gone. Whatever you had in there, it's all gone. So be very careful. Once you put it down and start working on it, don't break it. Don't let it blow up. Just be careful with it. So that's why you can move this way out of the way with these inventory cables. It doesn't matter where you put it, but everything just needs to be connected with cables. So I'm going to come down here, and I am just going to make a line of cables all the way down to here, because I set this up already and started doing it, and then I figured I'd just show you guys. Here I'm going to put an item valve facing up. The hole is on the upside. There's no other hole. All right. Going down this line here. Yeah, that was a fail. I'm going to drop all these inscribers. And then at the top, I'm going to start with silicon. Going to go into calculation. Yes, calculation. No, engineering's last. Logic. And then that. So it's silicon, Certus quartz, gold, diamond, and elementium. And then the actual circuits at the bottom. So now if we go upstairs, you're not going to see anything by default. This is what you got to work with on the side. So what I'm going to do first is create a variable, a container variable right here towards the bottom. I'm going to drag it to the side here for organizational purposes. I'm going to call this inscribers P. Sure. Well, sure. It'll come out as P. So the color changes because it's going to cut off when I save it and hide it. So this is going to be for my printed circuit inscribers, which means printed silicon, printed calculation, printed logic, whatever you want to call it. So what we can do is come down to variable. We can give it a color. I'm going to give it red. Why? Don't know. I'm just giving it red. Container types we can ignore. Go down to containers, and this tells you, if you hover over it, where the thing is that's connected to a cable. So this will only show things connected to cables. And I know that the farthest one away is going to be used to make the actual circuits, and the other 4 are for printed. So I'm just going to highlight all of those, and that's it. So now I have basically a variable for those 4 inscribers. All right, moving on. I've got a chest. I'm going to drop it here. I'm going to create 2 more container groups. If you see the exclamation point, it's because now the color is overlapping for the variable, which is fine. We're going to change it anyways. I'm going to call one input, chest, variable color will be, sure, light blue. Container, diamond chest. So it's just a variable. So when I use it moving forward, I'm going to use this for my input chest. At the same time, though, we're going to make an output chest. The one was light blue, so I'm going to make this one a dark blue. Container, I'm going to use the same chest and save it. Now I split them up like this in case in the future I want to actually have a specific input chest and a different output chest. It's easier to change it here than to find all references of it inside of your code. I call it code, but it's more like a flowchart. Alright, let's head back down. This hole here is so I can connect the energy acceptor to these inscribers. And then down here, we're going to set up these growth crystals. The crystal growth accelerators. You need 5 of these. 5 is the optimal number for automating. Now, for these stupid things, and I hate these things so much, they only accept wires on that surface. These other surfaces, nope, can't do. If I put a wire here, it won't connect, but if I put one there, there you go. So placement is sort of important. And the last one I'm going to put right like this by pushing it on that wire. But before that, I'm going to put a bucket of water in here. So to grow these seeds, does it tell us? Here you go. So you take your Certus quartz seed made with dust and sand. We already made that. And you drop it into water. And then it says you can accelerate it with the crystal growth accelerators. So that's that. So we have the water. So we're going to drop the seeds in there. We're going to pick them up. And we're just going to have a bunch of these to speed up the process. All of these need to be connected. And as soon as you connect them to your energy acceptor, which has power, is going to say device online. Right now it says device offline. If I connect it, it's going to take it a second. It's going to change color slightly, do the little lightning strikes, and it's going to say device online. That's how you know you're good. All right. That's the setup down here. The rest of it, actually that's the setup for the whole building stuff. So the rest of it's going to be in this block and only this block. We've got all those. I am going to make one more container variable. OCD lining stuff up. Yay. And it's failing. Failing miserably. Whatever. You know what? It's good enough. I'm going to call this one crystal valve. Sure, that'll work. Save. Color is going to be purple. Container is going to be this one. There we go. So we've got 4 of those. Now there's a bunch of other stuff here, and we're not going to use them all. We're only going to use actually just like 4. 4 things, pretty much. First one I'm going to do, command group. Command group is basically a folder. Think of it as a folder. So if I open this up, click here, I can move stuff into it, or I can click in here, and now it looks clear, but at the bottom here, it'll tell you that you're in a group. Hit this little arrow to go back up a level. It's a folder. That's all it is. For organizational purposes, it's a folder. This one I'm going to call, let's go with printed circuits. Or no, let's just go circuits. And I might split it up afterwards. We'll see. I'm going to make another one. This one is going to be for pure crystals. I'm going to call it pure crystals. And I really probably actually should split this up. So let's go. I'm just going to call it circuit. Let's go. No. Let's go silicon printed. There we go. Or we can go. Whoa, fail. Printed silicon. There we go. That'll work. Save. Does this have copy? Oh, was that an add-on before? Fantastic. No copy. Yeah. And there's no way to edit these outside of this interface. So, all right, in here we need a trigger. A trigger is your starting point, and by default, its normal setup is fine. It ticks every 1 second, and that's it. You can change this stuff up. I'm not going to. This just means every second it's going to do something. And what it's going to do is I'm going to create an input, which means it's going to pull items from somewhere, and then it's going to drop items off somewhere. It's going to input and then output. And that's pretty much the three things we're going to use. That and then the group. So trigger, we don't touch. Input, what we're going to do is we're going to change down here. There's going to be a bunch of these things. We're going to hit the V for variables, and then we're going to select our input chest. You can hover over them to see what you named them. These are our variables we set up beforehand. So I'm going to say we're going to input from the input chest. Target, you have to set a target, so I'm just going to set up. Up is usually the easiest. But you can specify sides, so if you want to say automate astral sorcery light well, you can set the down. And now we need to set items. So what are we going to input? So the first one we're going to do is input. Let's go with Applied Energistics silicon. Whitelist that. Output. Now this is unfortunate. These machines are not smart. So I can't put them in like this, but using automation, you can force gold into that slot. And if you want to see that, what we can do is say gold output target north, which is facing this way. So I'm going to do the front side. No, not input. Output, target, north, active, inventories. We're doing the top inscriber, which is for silicon. Items is going to be fine. When you do the output, you usually don't have to set the items. Then you connect the little nodes. And now if I take a piece of silicon, put it in here, it's going to come down here and get tossed in here. Now, unfortunately, that means if I also throw in a piece of gold, it's going to pull it out, throw it in there, and make it stuck. Even though I can't put gold in there, you can automate it in. So be careful when doing this. This is why I am splitting the inputs up into 4 pieces. This one, just right-click it, delete, and we're done with that. So this one is good. This is for creating printed silicon. Since I can't copy, what I'm going to do is just create the other triggers in here as well. So it's going to be 4 triggers. We're going to have 4 inputs total. And lining, I hate these things because I have the feeling, like the necessity to line them up perfectly, and it's just a waste of time. You don't have to. Okay, whatever. I'll line them up later. All right, so triggers, don't have to touch them. Inputs, like I said, we're gonna go input. We're gonna variable the input target up. Let's just do it all at once. Input inventory variable input chest target up. All right, now we need the items. So we're going silicon, then we're going for the pure Certus quartz. Pure, this one. Okay, that one's good. This one here is gold. Oh, gotta type in the box. And now the last one is actually going to be 2 items. We're going with diamond. That block placing. Oh, I thought something happened over there. Oh, jeez. And ATMTeam. This one. I say that because there is a circuit right here. ATMTeam processor, which is done in the same engineering press, which is for diamonds. So that one gets 2. I can't help it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just, you know. it's yeah, okay, nothing. Output. This one, I could make groups for all of these, but whatever. At this point, it doesn't matter. So, 2, target north. Active. You're done. Output inventory is 3, target north active. You're done. Inventory is 4, target north active, and you're done. And then just connect them all up. If you have an exclamation point, you did something wrong. This one's just a little out of place. Doesn't help that my mouse sensitivity is pretty up there. All right. And with that, actually, that's done. Though we need one more thing. Trigger, input, output. Oh, might as well put it here. Once again, don't touch the trigger. That one's fine. The input, we're going to do variable inscribers. Target up. Sure, we'll try up. Items is going to be printed. This, that, this, that, and that. Output, variable, output chest, target up. Always remember to set the target, even if it doesn't matter, it's required. And see, now it's off, but whatever. Alright, so if I put in those, they'll all get sucked out, and we should get the printed versions. And yeah, I warned you, this could be boring for some of you. I love automating things though, so... Okay, so front up is no good. Is that what you're telling me? Trial and error. Like I said, I didn't set this up beforehand. Input, target, deactivate. Try that one. There we go. North. So the front face. And now we've got all those printed ones. Now we can just put all those in there and they'll start making printed versions. Let's close this group. And let's make one more. This one I'm just going to call circuits. This one I'm going to rename to printed circuits. Since I can't copy and paste, I was going to split them up each to have their own group. But without copying, it's not worth it. Alright, so circuits. We're going to need same deal. We're going to trigger input output and then a trigger input and output. So two groups. Alright, over here, input inventories, input chest, target, up, items. Now is where, oh, this one's going to need 3 outputs. And we'll get to that. Alright, so here is going to be printed. All the printed stuff. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need redstone. So it is silicon plus the circuit plus redstone to make the actual circuit. So we're going to whitelist that. Over here, output inventories is going to be this one. The farthest one is where I'm doing my stuff. So we're going to do up. Items, we're going to change this to printed and silicon. So I'm going to have silicon go in through the top. Then we're going to have the same inventory, but on the front side, I want the printed circuits, whitelist, and then lastly, same inscriber, front side, or target down, items, redstone, whitelist. Alright, let's see, did I mess that up? We'll wait a second on that. Over here, we're going to input inventories, this last one. I really don't recommend doing it like this. I really recommend using variables, so I might swap them out for variables in the future. And then we're going front side. We're taking out from the front because that's what worked. Items, circuit. Oh boy. This is going to be okay, let's go the slow way. Logic. Oh, it's processor. That's why I can't find it. Processor. This one, that one, and that one. All those, and output is going to be our output chest. Target up. And there we go. That should actually be it. Alright. Give you redstone. And if we come down here, is up for silicon not working. Maybe it's the back side. Let's double check. This one should be silicon. Target up. The last one, items, whitelist, silicon. Oh, we're gonna have one more chest, or one more output here. Towards the end, inventories, variable, output chest, target up, blacklist nothing. So if it fails to put it in there, and in case it decides it wants to break, it's just going to put it back in this chest. Which means it does some weird stuff like that. That's alright. Okay, are you going? No. Let's try this again. Target. Oh. We did down. We did the front. Side. Let's go east. No. South. How about south? Trial and error. Why are you being a pain in the butt? Give me that. Okay, so I can manually put it in. Oh, is this wrong? Oh, there we go. That could be the problem. Let's redo it. Down. And what was it? Redstone? Who are you? You're the circuits. You're up. And then you're redstone. So you are the front. It really doesn't like putting silicon in there. Why? Silicon. Did I pick the wrong thing? Items. Printed silicon. Output. Bar inscriber. Target down. Why are you being a pain in the butt? Alright, let's move you. That's weird. Just reordering it to go last worked. Alright, but there we go. Circuits are now automated. We just put the raw resources in here and let it go. Last part. Pure crystals. Go in here. This is going to be 1, 2 triggers. 2 inputs. And 2 outputs. Alright, so we're going to input again from the variable. We're going to input chest, target up, output, variable crystal valve, target up. So since we placed it facing up, we have to use the up side. Items, we're going to whitelist what is this called? So I'm just going to use Certiseed. I'm going to right click on it, and instead of precise detection, I'm going to use fuzzy. So make sure not to use match all. There's a match all, which means literally it'll match every item in the game. We want fuzzy detection because these seeds, which... Let's see if it shows it. It doesn't. But these seeds here, all three of these, plus all three of these, have the same item ID. They just have different damage amounts. So if we do a fuzzy detection on one of them, it'll pull all of them, regardless of how far along they are in the process or which of the three seeds it is. So that one's done, actually. This one, we're going to go from the valve up, active, and we're going to whitelist, and this time we have to be more specific. We're just going to do the 3 pure crystals. We're only going to use one of them, but automating all 3 of them is as simple as that. Output inventory is going to be the output chest. Target up. And there. We're done. So now if I throw in, say, 4 of these, they'll get pulled out, and they'll get thrown down below. Now if we just wait a few seconds or so, and we throw in, say, 2 more, they'll get pulled out, thrown down there. And then, you know, we'll just wait a little longer. Man, that last one is really annoying. Is that in here? No. Put that in there too. I don't think we need that. It should be okay without it. Alright, but now, as those seeds finish, so we should get like 4 of them popping up pretty soon. It takes a little while. It is not as quick as the AE2 stuff growth chamber thingy. This is the old school way of doing it. Well, if you played any like 1710 mod packs that had Steve's Factory Manager in it. This is how I used to set it up, at least. And there we go. So we got 4, and oh, they're going straight into circuits, which is fine. I don't think we need the pure quartz for anything specific. Yeah, so... And we got the other 2 in, and the rest will come in pretty soon. We need redstone, though. Redstone... And we need more of this junk. More silicon. And there we go. So that's a Super Factory Manager in a nutshell. We did very basic things with it, though. You can do a whole lot more complicated stuff if you really want to. That's just the start, though. So let's... Oh. While we're here and way over time anyways, let's just go ahead and finish up this crafting terminal, maybe. Blue X crystal. I think I called it flux before. Dang you, Thaumcraft. Pulverize some of those up. Do I have more nether quartz? No. Two. That should be good. Recipe seems different to me. Well, that one's obviously different. Terminal, this one. I made a bunch of that glass up. So it should be... Wait, check the quest. Crafting, okay. Make a regular terminal. Using that one. And then... Huh? Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Beautiful. And lastly... Oh, geez. Why? Look at that. I cannot wait for auto crafting. I have no idea how close or far away it is. Okay, you happy? Yes, there we go. Everyone's happy. And let's give them a home. No, we're not doing that yet. This one. 1, 2. Might as well make a workable system. Hey, there we go. Now I can store items. It's a start. And, oh man, I hate that so much. No, not auto search. Standard, keep. Thank you. But there we go. So we've got a basic Applied Energistics system going. We did not get to Industrium, but we technically could actually make that. You know, we're so far over anyways. Whatever. Here you go. Paper. We already made all the stuff. Star metal. 2 of those. Steel. Was it 2? I think I need mana steel too. Yep, mana steel, and then formation. Did I use them all? Weird, okay. Or did it only make 1? What's the deal there? It only made 1! Oh, you're so evil! Oh, why? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... Missing something. There it is. Tier 3 slate. That goes in here. This goes in there, and boom, flip the lever, let it warm up. That's why I hate this thing. If you keep it warm, it'll eat your power up. If you don't, it takes forever to get started, because it's got to get that red bar up above this level before it starts melting the sand into glass. Oh well, go ahead. Now, between episodes, I'm not going to show you, but I'm going to just I'm going to upgrade these, make some more. How far can we get? That looks doable. That looks doable. And there we go. There, Industrium, and it probably wants like 4. No, all done. And we're almost all done with that one, except a few side quests. But there we go. I won't keep you any longer. So that's going to be it for this episode. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Sorry if it was boring. I really wanted to get into that Super Factory Manager stuff because I am a nerd like that. So we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.